Why do some people develop allergies in adulthood? And is there anything they can do to prevent them? Lou Morales, 32, grew up eating a wide variety of Mexican seafood dishes. But at age 25, a takeout meal of shrimp egg roll suddenly led to an anaphylactic shock, an ambulance ride to the hospital and the diagnosis of a shellfish allergy. MX. Morales, who uses they-them pronouns, said the egg rolls caused coughing, wheezing and red, puffy eyelids. Now, MX. Morales said, shellfish is completely off limits. While most people won't experience the gain or loss of allergies in adulthood, it is also not unusual, said Dr. Shraddha Agarwal, an allergist and immunologist at the Icahn School of Medicine at Mount Sinai in New York City. Why allergies wax or wane, especially in adulthood, is largely not understood by scientists. There's a lot of mystery in allergy, Dr. Agarwal said. What experts know. Allergies come in many different forms and generally develop when your immune system mistakenly treats a harmless allergen, like pollen or animal dander, as a threat, Dr. Agarwal said. It then reacts every time it encounters that allergen, with symptoms that can vary widely, ranging from coughing, sneezing and itchiness to more serious reactions like hives, vomiting, trouble breathing and loss of consciousness. About 26% of adults and 19% of children in the United States have a seasonal allergy, and about 6% of adults and children have a food allergy, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The causes of allergies are complex, said Dr. Kareen Keat, a professor of pediatric allergy immunology at the University of North Carolina School of Medicine, depending on your genes and what kinds of allergens you're exposed to and when. But experts think that, in general, things that disrupt your immune system, like puberty, pregnancy, transient or chronic illnesses, or organ transplants, can change your allergic responses to things that you previously tolerated, Dr. Keat said. Experts don't know how common it is for different kinds of allergies to develop in adulthood, said Dr. Ruchi Gupta, a professor of pediatrics who specializes in allergy at the Northwestern University Feinberg School of Medicine. Though we do have some data as it relates to food allergies. In one survey of more than 40,000 adults in the United States published in 2018, for instance, Dr. Gupta and her colleagues found that about 45% of those who had food allergies developed at least one new food allergy in adulthood. Of this group, a quarter never experienced food allergies as children. Continue reading the main story. An important question for researchers, Dr. Gupta said, is what exactly might cause adults to develop an allergy to a food they've eaten before. Right now, she said, we don't know. Dr. Jyothi Tirumala, a practicing allergist and clinical assistant professor of medicine at Stanford University, has seen patients of all ages develop various kinds of new allergies, including some to common allergens such as pollen, pet dander or tree nuts. What about allergies that disappear? Losing an allergy, or becoming desensitized to an allergen, happens frequently, Dr. Tirumala said, especially beginning around, or after, middle age. Our immune responses quiet down, becoming weaker and less vigorous as we age, she said. Some allergies are more likely to resolve than others, Dr. Keat said. Most penicillin allergies disappear over time, and seasonal allergies tend to lessen as you age, she said. And while it's much less common to grow out of certain food allergies such as those to tree nuts, fish and shellfish, Dr. Gupta said, an estimated 50% to 80% of children with milk or egg allergies grow out of them by age 10. One common way people discover environmental allergies is by moving to a new area and encountering pollen they've never been exposed to before, Dr. Agarwal said. This wouldn't technically be a new allergy, she said, but it's a distinction that can make research in this area challenging. Similarly, moving away from such areas can lead to relief. Molly Thesson, 30, who grew up near Nashville, said she had year-round pollen allergies as a child and had to take antihistamines regularly to relieve her symptoms. That all changed when she moved to Dallas at 23. I stopped taking allergy medicine for the first time in my life, and I was completely fine, Ms. Thesson said. A few years later, she moved to New York City, where she currently lives, and the allergies returned. It turns out she is allergic to most of the trees and plants in the Northeast, as well as to cats, dogs, mold and cockroaches. What about prevention? As for whether there is anything adults can do to avoid developing new allergies, Dr. Agarwal said, experts don't have the answer. The only allergy prevention research right now is focused on preventing food allergies in children, Dr. Gupta said, which has little to do with preventing new allergies in adults. At the end of the day, Dr. Keat said, you can't really control whether you develop a new allergy as an adult. So, she said, I wouldn't worry about it. Data from the National Health Interview Survey. In 2021, 25.7% of adults had a seasonal allergy, 7.3% had eczema, and 6.2% had a food allergy. The percentage of adults with a seasonal allergy was higher in non-Hispanic white adults compared with Hispanic, non-Hispanic Black, and non-Hispanic Asian adults. Women, 8.9%, were more likely to have eczema compared with men, 5.7%. The prevalence of food allergy decreased with increasing age. An allergy occurs when an individual's immune system misclassifies typically harmless substances as harmful and has a specific and reproducible immune response. 1-2. The severity of allergy symptoms can range from itchy, watery eyes and hives to life-threatening anaphylaxis, and the presence of allergies can negatively impact an individual's quality of life. 3-6. This report uses 2021 National Health Interview Survey (NIS) data to describe the prevalence of seasonal allergies, eczema, and food allergies in adults in the United States. Keywords: seasonal allergies, hay fever, eczema, atopic dermatitis, allergic rhinitis. National Health Interview Survey (NIS). Nearly one-third of adults aged 18 and over had a seasonal allergy, eczema, or food allergy. In 2021, 31.8% of adults had a seasonal allergy, eczema, or food allergy. Figure 1. About one quarter, 25.7% of adults had a seasonal allergy, 7.3% had eczema, and 6.2% had a food allergy. Notes. Adults were considered to have any allergic condition if they were diagnosed with one or more of three selected conditions: seasonal allergy, eczema, or food allergy. Categories for each allergic condition were not mutually exclusive. Estimates are based on household interviews of a sample of the U.S. civilian non-institutionalized population. Access data table for Figure 1. Source: National Center for Health Statistics, National Health Interview Survey, 2021. The prevalence of seasonal allergies varied by sex, age, and race and Hispanic origin. Women, 29.9%, were more likely to have a seasonal allergy compared with men, 21.1%. Figure 2. About one quarter, 24.7% of adults aged 18-44, 27.9% of adults aged 45-64, 26.4% of adults aged 65-74, and 21.7% of adults aged 75 and over had a seasonal allergy in 2021. Non-Hispanic white adults, 28.4%, were more likely to have a seasonal allergy compared with non-Hispanic Black, 24.0%, Hispanic, 18.8%, and non-Hispanic Asian, 17.0%. Adults. Non-Hispanic Black adults were more likely to have a seasonal allergy than Hispanic and non-Hispanic Asian adults. The percentage of adults with diagnosed eczema varied by sex, age, and race and Hispanic origin. The percentage of adults with eczema was higher in women, 8.9%, compared with men, 5.7%. Figure 3. The percentage of adults with eczema decreased from 8.4% in adults aged 18-44 to 6.5% in adults aged 45-64, 6.8% in adults aged 65-74, and 5.5% in adults aged 75 and over. Hispanic adults, 4.8%, were less likely to have eczema compared with non-Hispanic white, 7.7%, non-Hispanic Black, 8.6%, and non-Hispanic Asian, 6.5%. Adults. Non-Hispanic Black adults were more likely to have eczema than non-Hispanic Asian adults, but the difference compared with non-Hispanic white adults was not significant. The prevalence of food allergies was highest in women, adults aged 18-44, and non-Hispanic Black adults. Women, 7.8%, were more likely to have a food allergy compared with men, 4.6%. Figure 4. The percentage of adults with a food allergy decreased with increasing age, from 6.6% in adults aged 18-44 to 6.7% in adults aged 45-64, 5.1% in adults aged 65-74, and 4.5% in adults aged 75 and over. Non-Hispanic black adults, 8.5%, were more likely to have a food allergy compared with Hispanic, 4.4%, non-Hispanic white, 6.2%, and non-Hispanic Asian, 4.5%, adults. Non-Hispanic white adults were more likely to have a food allergy than Hispanic and non-Hispanic Asian adults. Summary. In 2021, nearly one-third of adults aged 18 and over had a diagnosed seasonal allergy, eczema, or food allergy. Overall, seasonal allergy was the most common of the three allergies, with about 1/4, 21.73%, of adults having a diagnosed seasonal allergy, followed by eczema, 7.3%, and food allergy, 6.2%. For all three allergies, women were more likely than men to have a diagnosed allergy. The prevalence of diagnosed eczema and food allergy generally decreased with increasing age, while the prevalence of a diagnosed seasonal allergy was 24.7% in adults aged 18-44, 27.9% in adults aged 45-64, 26.4% in adults aged 65-74, and 21.7% in adults aged 75 and over. The prevalence of diagnosed seasonal allergies was highest in non-Hispanic white adults, whereas the prevalence of diagnosed eczema and food allergies was highest in non-Hispanic black adults. Hispanic adults were less likely to have diagnosed seasonal allergies, eczema, and food allergies than non-Hispanic white and non-Hispanic black adults.